I hope my boss that's supposed to marry my best friend wakes up tomorrow and is actually marrying me. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, BBs. It's too early.
Sure is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
I'm Saige Ryan, and you cut it a little too close, Anthony.
I did nothing. We simply opened the show. How are you, Saige? How was WonderCon?
WonderCon was a very good time for the brief moments that I was there. I went on Friday morning to go do a panel. The alarm went off in the middle of my panel. Where a voice
What
came
alarm?
over
The cutie alarm? Was it the cutie alarm? You can tell us if it was the cutie alarm.
Yeah, it was the cutie alarm. No, I was actually afraid it was a gun threat.
Yeah, okay.
That was my fear
Like
of
a
it
cute
all.
one?
Yeah, no.
No, okay.
Oh, no.
No, all right.
It wasn't, apparently,
Cute?
but none of the above.
Okay.
And they were like, please, exit the building. The alarm went off, all the doors sealed. Horrible first step. Hated that.
Yeah.
All the doors just shut because, there's a million of these expo halls. Horrifying.
I love when they try to evacuate people from a large building and the first thing that happens is all the automatic doors close.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm sure there's a reason for it, but it feels
because
wrong.
fire can't open doors.
That's right. Fire doesn't have opposable thumbs.
Duh. Anyways. Yeah. So then they evacuate all of us and then they're like, you know what? Just kidding. Actually, get back up there.
Hey,
Go finish that panel.
go finish that panel. You're doing great.
You all feel fine about this, right? You all are at a large gathering in America and were probably unstartled by this happening. So
Do you get extra time for your panel?
Nope.
No.
We lost a good 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes isn't
15,
terrible.
maybe 15.
But that's
of a
kind of like
40-minute panel.
Of a 40-minute panel. No, that's when you say no thank you.
I know. Yeah, we had 10 more minutes, and the problem was there was like a lovely group of people that were like moving down the escalator because everyone else is taking the escalators.
Yeah, because it's an emergency.
Everyone's taking the 3 stairs of escalators.
Listen, in an emergency, don't tire out your leggies. You don't know when you're going to need them in the emergency.
Yeah. And then there was a lovely group of people that were like, if you guys want to go back in and for the last 10 minutes, we'd love to hear from you. And we're like, of course.
Of course we would. You sit down, shuffle some papers, get like a pen, write something down, and then you go, all right, thanks for coming, everybody. That's our time.
So just sitting back in and being like, and in conclusion, D&D, we love it.
Hey.
And that was it. My panel was on leveling up your D&D game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So, and it was fun. It was about like home games and what people can do, but also a lot of people were there asking cool questions about what it's like to make tabletop content.
The best thing you can do for a home game is to hire a professional voice actor.
8 of them.
8 of them.
Yeah.
Hire like 8 professional voice actors to come and play all your NPCs and stuff. That's the best.
Yeah. It's never worked for anyone before, but you guys should try it.
Yeah, give it a shot. See how it feels.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could work.
How was your week?
My week was lovely. Got a lot of Final Fantasy VII in.
Okay.
Got so much Final Fantasy VII Remake in. And then last night I also played this very interesting thing I think that you are going to love. It's called Super Mario CD. And it's a team of people that made an imaginary Mario game as though instead of a Famicom disk system for the NES, there was a Famicom CD. So it's like the most beautiful 8-bit Mario with a CD soundtrack that's like very like 80s jazzy. And it's good. They only have like 2 levels out right now.
Ooh.
I played it on my stream last night. There's a VOD up if y'all want to catch it, but it is absolutely wonderful. It's in like early beta right now. But it's a gorgeous game and it's a ROM hack.
Wow.
So it's like, it's legal. You provide your own ROM for it.
Yeah.
And
that you obtained legally.
That you legally obtained. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very, very interesting. It's a SNES ROM hack that uses the imaginary chip, the MSU1, the one that lets SNES games have CD soundtracks.
Hell yeah.
And like voice acting and stuff. So if you've ever seen that Legend of Zelda Link to the Past that has like an opening FMV video, that's how it was made.
Wow.
So it's great and it's totally free and they have a Discord and everything. It's I think it's just famicomcd.github.io. And they're just a really talented team.
Hell yeah.
It's cool. It's like an alternate timeline.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, it has been a whole week since we have done the show. And fortunately, the world understood that nothing should happen while we were away.
Like nothing.
That was great. I appreciate that.
It's wonderful.
It's kind.
It's good that there was no news in order to give us time to come back to you.
Yeah, because otherwise, who would have covered it?
Nobody.
Who would have talked about it?
But
That's silly.
We do have some good news for you this morning, and a lot of good news. We got a little Silent Hill 2. We got some Disney news. We've got some Tekken news. But that's not the biggest Bandai Namco news we have. So that's exciting.
Yeah, and I want to tell you about a horrifying thing that I found on TikTok.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That sounds usual.
That's my contribution to this.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Do you want to start with games or do you want to start with the horrifying thing I found on TikTok?
Oh, we want to start by saying we know it's April Fool's. Don't worry. This is an April Fool's free zone. We might talk about some April Fool's stuff that some people have done later on.
But we will not be foolsing you.
No, we don't do it. Listen, I'm sure there was a time way back
Yeah.
in the early days of the internet when we all found April Fool's fun. I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
Something in my mind tells me that we used to enjoy this.
Yeah.
But I simply cannot recall, and I refuse to because it is so bad and obnoxious now.
I only think of April Fools now as a thing that like companies do.
Yeah.
Like I only think of it as like the equivalent of in June turning their icons rainbow. It's just like, all right, time for the yearly bit.
Yes. We're supporting funny this month.
I hate when companies try to be funny.
Yeah, listen, on one level, I understand. A lot of these people are marketing people for extremely boring companies, and they get to do one fun thing a year. And I wish them all the best. I'm glad that they had fun with it. I even had to do a few like corporate April Fool's Day things in my time. And I get it. I understand. I know that everybody in your office was very excited. We got to stop.
DeBearju said, I can't remember the last time a friend tried to prank me. Only corporations. That's it. But April Fool's Day is a entirely corporate holiday.
Yeah, but the corporations prank you every day. It's only on April Fool's when they pretend it's in good humor.
Exactly.
It's only in jest on April Fool's Day.
Every day that you wake up and somebody else is profiting off of the hours of your labor and you don't own the land you live on, you're being pranked by both the company and the government.
It's just pranks.
But today they're saying, gotcha.
It's just goofs.
Gotcha.
You know? So yes, we might talk about some of them later on, but don't worry.
Start of a new month. Maybe I'll prank my landlord and not pay rent.
Yeah, that sounds.
Got him.
I got him. Yeah.
Good goof.
That's not real money. That's Monopoly money.
Good bit.
Anyway, let's talk about something.
Okay, Anthony, I want to show you a horrifying thing I found on TikTok.
All right, let's do it.
I just want to start by a little bit of Dunkin'. Is that okay?
A little bit Dunkin'?
Not the donut variety.
All right.
But
they have so much more than donuts now. That's why they changed their name to just Dunkin'.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
What's on the TikTok?
So, I was on TikTok this week.
Yeah.
And I came across a video that I was so horrified by. And so were many, 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 many other people. I love the TikTok desktop player. It's really good.
No, it's the best.
Yeah. Do you want to show it on my screen? All right. Oh, also, wait. Good morning, Alex.
Oh, wait. Good morning.
Oh, wait. It's going to take 3 transitions. There we go. Yeah. Hi, good morning. Welcome back. Alex, you also went to WonderCon.
I was also at WonderCon.
You have a good time?
I had a great time. I saw a really cool panel about Black Horror that I love.
Ooh. Your mic is muted. Well, just send it back and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, believe us when we say that Alex is here and doing wonderfully.
Had a great time at WonderCon.
Alex is not here under duress. Alex is perfectly happy to be here, enjoys being here, and is not screaming for help. Let's go to that TikTok.
All right, let's watch this. So you can tell immediately when you see this person that we're going to run into some problems here. The first thing being this is a white woman with locks.
Well, I was going to say you got to put your hat farther down on your head or it's going to blow off in the wind.
Yeah, the first problem I have is the white woman with locks. But like, This is a little clip from her new song.
I love that.
Transformed DNA, my mind's making things move. Oh, kidney infection, I heal that too.
Kidney infection?
Now, that was very comparable to my reaction to this, where I just sat there going, wait, did she say kidney infection?
Yeah, but she healed it with sound.
Her mind?
The mind and sound together?
Yeah, so this is a white woman that went to Peru and then became convinced that she has magical powers from hanging out with quote unquote shaman.
Oh dear, somebody went down the ayahuasca train.
Oh yeah, she talks a lot about ayahuasca.
Yeah,
talks
yeah.
a lot about ayahuasca.
Yeah, they will.
Which, like, okay,
They will.
hey, whatever. I don't like it. But
No,
you
but I
have to
feel
get that kidney infection checked out because
Yeah.
that is not good.
Yeah, you should.
That doesn't heal on its own, and you definitely still have a kidney infection.
Yeah, that's
right now.
That doesn't go away without.
You have to get that checked out, girl.
Now, but what if? What if it did? What if it did go away, Saige? What if she healed it with sound and her mind and that hat?
And that hat.
What if all three of them together formed a pyramid, which, as we all know, is the strongest shape? And allowed her to heal.
And the hat's
her
right on
kidney.
top of it, right?
Yeah, the hat's the top point of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if she healed it?
That would be neat.
Yeah.
But she didn't, and she definitely has a kidney infection, and I'm very worried. Now, there's a bunch of videos.
What if this is a second kidney infection and she's got to go back to Peru and do more ayahuasca?
Oh, that will solve it.
Yeah, like every time you get a kidney infection, you've got to go to Peru and do some ayahuasca.
And it's not that you still have the same kidney infection because you didn't heal it with your mind.
No.
It's because you just keep getting kidney infections. And there's nothing you should look into about that either.
It's probably negative energy from the people around you that are causing the kidney infections. And if you can get rid of the negative people and the negative energy, your kidney, because that's the thing, is your kidneys sort of process impurities.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the vibrations that are bad have to go through your kidney to be turned into better vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your kidney processes vibes and can get all
processes everything.
clogged up
Yeah.
with bad vibes.
I've seen it. I've seen it on medical documentaries. I've seen it on TV.
Yeah.
I've mostly seen it on TikTok.
Yeah, these are all facts. Hey, everybody, as just a heads up, if there's any chance you do have a kidney infection, please go to a doctor and don't go do ayahuasca in Peru. It won't help. You can't heal it with your mind. Now, this
I wonder what
TikTok.
shape she thinks the Earth is. If we had to guess what shape the Earth is, it could be anything.
Because it's not flat.
It's
not flat.
I don't think it's
something
flat.
other than flat or round.
It's not round.
No.
We know that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a dodecahedron. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that she would think that the Earth is actually ever expanding.
Because if the universe is ever expanding.
I think that she's like, well, have you ever gotten to the edge of the planet? The end of it?
The edge of the end?
That's what I think her takeaway would be.
The Edge of the End was my favorite 90s Jean-Claude Van Damme action movie. Yeah. Did you ever see that one, The Edge of the End?
After they did like 7 of them, though, it got a little old.
Yeah.
Yeah. All over her TikTok are things like this. That entire song is just a real gotta catch 'em all of cultural appropriation, as is her entire aesthetic. There's also a random boy occasionally that she sings with.
Okay.
And my favorite comments were, you just know their parents work at Lockheed Martin.
Yeah.
That's 100% the vibes.
Dude, the hippiest people I know in my life literally are from, like, have intense amounts of military industrial complex money.
Yeah.
And it's like, on one level, cool. Don't buy into what your parents are buying into. I get that. But also, don't deny where your lifestyle comes from.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Most people, look.
Don't deny where your lifestyle comes from. If you're taking that that daddy warbucks literally, then
how you getting to Peru to do all that ayahuasca?
Yeah, where you go? I can't go to Peru right now.
Now I have been taught by Madam Webb that you could just suddenly pick up and go to Peru.
You can. You don't need any sort of documents. You don't need to any time, your immunization records, any of that stuff.
As a wanted criminal.
If you need, as a wanted criminal, to get out of the country to Peru, you can do so instantaneously.
Yeah.
And the flight is only like an hour.
Yeah, it's chill.
It's very chill.
Very chill. That was actually not the only thing that happened on TikTok this week that I found interesting. I have another thing for you.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Have you seen Sarah Joy on TikTok?
No.
So Sarah Joy is somebody who called themselves plain. They referred to themselves as both Amish and something else, and made a bunch of...
Amish people can contain multitudes, Saige.
No, there was like a
She
thing
can be
that's
Amish
not
and
Amish.
something else.
Mennonite, which is different.
Yeah, Mennonite and Amish are different.
Yeah.
But
So
there are... listen, it's... Similar lifestyles.
Sure, right. But people within those communities do tend to be like, hey, those are two different things, right? So this person blew up as Plain Sarah talking about their plain lifestyle.
No. Oh no, that's so sad. How's her family taking it?
Because she blew
Because of the little pieces everywhere?
Amish people aren't even allowed to use bombs.
Amish people don't even know what incendiary devices are. Amish people don't even know.
Yeah. Let's just show it. We don't have to play it with like audio or anything. I'm basically just showing like videos of this girl.
Yeah.
And she's talking about her like plain lifestyle and how interesting it was that she's on TikTok, right? Like, oh wow, like that should really probably be against this lifestyle you say you're living. And she's like, yeah, it pretty much is, but I'm doing it anyways because I want to share the plain life. And I like, people don't know I'm on TikTok, right? So, all very interesting, right? Post a lot of videos about it, people asking questions, a lot of Q&A essentially. And then she posts a video saying, this will be my last video here on TikTok.
I'm moving to Kick. I hear the monetization is awesome.
I'm no longer allowed to post on TikTok, right?
Okay.
And it's a really cryptic video that's like kind of concerning, right? She just says like, this will be my last video, like a last message from Sarah Joy. And you're like, oh shit, is she in danger, right? So people start freaking out and they start trying to get in contact with people around where she lives, in the community that she lives in. They're like, can we send like a wellness check or something like that? Because the internet really thinks they know people, okay? And really likes to take it a little too far.
Sure.
And then a statement is issued secondhand that says like, no, you will put her in danger if you alert anybody.
Right, because if she stopped posting, but it was not because they caught her, but because they suspected her of something. Yes. And so she's like, nope, gotta stop doing this.
Right.
You going to her house would actually get her in more trouble.
Yeah. In general, don't go to people's houses from TikTok.
Yeah.
But then,
unless it's a real party house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Unless it's a real party, like if it's a real party house, maybe, and you feel
what
like
did we learn from the Team 10 house?
You feel like you know the people. You know what I mean? What if you feel like you really know them because like you've watched a lot of their content and the house seems like a party and you think that it would be like a vibe if you showed up?
No, sir.
No, okay. All right.
So while she was offline, people started doing a lot of digging, Anthony.
Okay.
And they found a bunch of photos of her from
1873.
From like 2021 of her in like normal ass clothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a bit, right?
Now she's insisting it's not a bit.
Not a bit.
Insisting that it is legitimate. Came back to insist it's legitimate.
So is she then saying that like 2021 was like her Rumspringa or something? Where like she lived amongst us?
So what she's saying is she converted.
You just do that. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just convert to Amish now.
Yeah.
Okay. And they just take you right in.
So both of her parents are like pastors at a like Christian church.
Sure.
That are not Mennonite or Amish.
Okay. But are they both?
No.
Are they Mennonite and Amish like she is?
So here's a photo, if you'll show my screen. Here is a photo that is after when she claims to have converted to whatever version of what she calls plain.
Right. And there she
That is. And there she is with her family out in the world doing normal stuff, not, I don't know, making butter.
So what's the,
I guess.
So what's the deal?
Well, the deal is there's two sides of the internet. One is like, is she in danger? They found an old TikTok of hers. Her old TikTok had even the word feminist in the like name of it. Or no, it was antagonize the patriarchy is what it was.
Okay. So that's a second TikTok account.
Yeah, this is an old TikTok account of hers where she's wearing like full makeup and like you can show it. Just like, you know.
Okay.
Being normal girl in normal clothing.
Sure.
Worldly possessions and all that.
Great.
And now it's just them going back and forth and arguing on whether or not she is either a Amish girl that is in danger and being like tortured by the Amish, I guess, or just a liar.
Yeah, I'm going to call Occam's razor on this one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that she's probably a liar, or it's a Tulpa situation. She has a second version of herself from the Black Lodge.
Whoa.
From the Red Room.
Yeah.
This is a Twin Peaks. This is a Dale
Yeah.
Cooper, Mr. C thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like people are allowed to recreate themselves. Sure, but they can't lie.
You can recreate yourself, but you can't recreate yourself into Amish
Retroactively.
society.
You can be like, I'm adopting this lifestyle and I'm moving into an Amish community.
But if you're not, you're lying.
Right.
Like
you can't retroactively. So if you're like, no, I converted in 2018 and then there's a bunch of photos of you in 2021 where you clearly weren't, it does seem like maybe you just lying. And that isn't like I reinvented. That's not exactly like the glow down that she was saying it was.
I reinvent myself as 6 feet tall on every dating app.
Exactly.
I reinvent myself every day.
Yeah.
I reinvent my income bracket every time I apply for a credit card. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm constantly, reinvention and rebirth is important. A lady in a silly white hat told me that once.
Yeah. I reinvent myself on every job interview.
That's right. I'm constantly reinventing myself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, your kidneys get clogged up.
There you go.
From all the cruft of your poor bad life.
Healed it.
I healed it with my mind. Look, we talk about this a lot. Sometimes people on the internet are lying to you, particularly today.
What? You mean people would just go on the internet and tell lies?
It's crazy, I know. It's crazy, I know. But the amount of times people forget that on TikTok, I think not because they're dumb, but because they're bored. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People just get bored and they go, I'm just going to make my whole personality this for 3 days.
Yeah.
Because I got nothing going on.
Yeah.
I'm really invested in this woman who's just lying.
Yeah.
She's just lying.
Look, all of TTRPG Twitter this week has been about somebody who just decided, what if I lied to everybody?
What if you lie to everyone? It's fine.
Yeah. But moving on.
Moving on.
Anyways,
Hello,
there's
Lisa in
other
chat
things
for no
going
reason.
on in the world. You want to get this out of the way?
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
I talked about this a little bit on my stream. Pride Month's coming up. Since we talked about corporate holidays like April Fools, we should also talk about the corporate holiday that is Pride Month.
That's right. But Trans Day of Visibility is over, which is why we turn off Alex's mic.
Immediately following Trans Day of Visibility is Trans Day of Silence.
That's right.
You can talk again in June.
Yeah. You get March 31st in the whole month of June.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I'm bi and gender fluid, so I can do half and half.
Yeah. She's a white woman, so she gets to not care about any of her beliefs and be a hypocrite at all times.
Exactly. All right. So talking about not caring about beliefs and hypocritical actions. So a lot of big corporations have big celebrations for Pride because they know that we can't control ourselves. The gays love to spend money. If you make something that is even maybe implied to slightly be for us, we'll buy it. We're there. We love it.
A little treat and a little celebration.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're an incredibly valuable marketing demographic.
That's right.
So you gotta turn all the things rainbow in June. And, you know, Marvel decided they want to do something a little bit different for this Pride Month. You might think, they're going to, I don't know, lead with a bunch of their queer characters. They're going to announce a new character is queer, right?
Yeah.
They're going to give us a new character, maybe. Maybe they'll give us a trans-led comic story.
Maybe.
Or maybe they'll make Thor and Iron Man kiss.
Yeah, I was going to say, they just restarted the Ultimate Universe. Maybe Ultimate Spider-Man kisses one of the other 10,000 Spider-Mans.
Well, no.
No?
No, Marvel said, talk, Valentina, ally. Because for Pride Month 2024, Marvel is going to be celebrating with a comic run focusing on and highlighting the allies. I'm not joking. I really did read this headline and I was like, okay, like this is probably being blown out of proportion or something.
Because the headline says, Marvel celebrates Pride Month with by focusing on LGBTQIA plus characters and straight allies.
Yeah, so it's not that they're not going to do anything for queer people, but I do feel like it's a weird time to make it about the allies.
Yeah, it's weird to you don't need to mention that you're going to focus on their allies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here's what they're doing. Here with a label in the corner that says Marvel Voices Pride, okay? The publisher will be doing a series of 8 variant covers under the theme of Pride Allies. These 8 covers will be on Marvel's top books, including X-Men, Spider-Man, Captain America. And these aren't queer stories.
No, so
there's
cover,
ally stories.
So those covers that you're seeing, it's Captain America and Rachel Summers. It's Spider-Man and North Star. This is like Marvel team up. One of us is queer. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know how when you see a comic that says like Journey into Mystery, you're like, oh, cool. Yeah. It's going to be Thor and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
You know, when you see Journey into Pride, you know one of the characters is going to be straight as hell.
Yes. Correct. No, but that's legitimately what they're doing. I mean, honestly, it's kind of this show. It's kind of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. This June, we're celebrating Pride by
celebrating me. Thanks everybody for showing up for me.
An ally. It's really giving, we're going to celebrate everyone who's met a gay person and didn't beat them up. Like, I guess.
Now, here's the thing. If you were going to do something like this for Pride Month, the way, listen, if this was an editorial decision, if you editorially were like, hey, we want to show our queer characters and we want to show their allies, the people in their lives, and use them to model a way hey, here's how Spider-Man treats different people. Here's how you should treat different people. You don't make that the part you say out loud. You simply tell your writers, write a story with North Star and Spider-Man and show how they're friends. But focus on North Star and show how Spider-Man is there and is accepting and caring and supportive, just because we still want to get that message out there to people. Yeah. Like, you should support.
But it's also allyship between superheroes is pretty passive. And it's what? Okay, they're going to hang out and Spider-Man's not going to call him a slur? I don't understand. Yeah. What is allyship from Spider-Man? Is it a run where Spider-Man goes and beats up homophobes? I doubt it.
Probably not.
I doubt it. It'd be a lot cooler if it was.
There is that one Captain America that did that.
That's true.
That was a good Captain America.
But I'm just I don't get it. What is it? Because allyship in this setting means just not homophobia, and it does mean just they hang out with a gay person.
Well, I'll tell you what this. Yeah, I'll tell you what this is.
It is.
This is, hey. None of these queer characters have their own comics. They don't have their own titles.
And we're not going to give them one.
We're certainly not. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our top selling titles.
Yeah.
And we're going to do special collectible covers. Like you're saying, this is commerce. You know, this is definitely a lot of commerce. It's like, hey, let's show off North Star. We don't have a North Star series to show off, so let's put North Star on the cover of Amazing Spider-Man, and then you can get a North Star cover.
Isn't that enough?
Yeah, aren't you happy?
Take what you're given.
Isn't that great?
Isn't that enough? I was talking about this on my stream.
This is weird because Marvel, particularly in the last like 5 to 10 years, has been very, very good with queer representation in their comics. Like in the comics, they have done a great job of elevating those stories, giving them, you know, we saw like major arcs for like Wiccan and Hulkling and things like that, like and characters where it's just like, oh, cool, these are important characters, and we're making it part of who they are. So this is like a very strange thing for Marvel to do.
Yeah, essentially, and they did say they're still doing. It is an addition to the annual Pride Voices anthology.
Okay.
So like there's going to be something for X-Men that is a straight up Pride comic, right? That is actually gay people and not just people who have met gay people once. But like, just feel like maybe, what if, here's the thing.
Okay.
If you did this any other month, if you simply did it any other time except for Pride, I'd be like, cool.
Oh, that's kind of neat that they're doing that.
Kind of neat that they're doing that. But the whole point is this 1 month is about the gays. And you were like, but what about the people who have to be around the gays?
Yeah.
You were like, what about the allies? And it's like, what if it wasn't? Maybe you just, hey, put it in July, babes.
I did want to look and see if this was just something where Popverse sort of took an angle on this, and it's not. It's called the Marvel Comics Pride Allies, and there's a Marvel Comics Pride Allies checklist to make sure that you get all of your ally comics.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Because that's the thing too, is this isn't even like a really leading headline. They're saying they're focusing on LGBTQI characters and straight allies. Like it's really not a inflaming article about it. I just have inflaming opinions about it.
Yeah. No.
Shocking. Me. Inflaming.
And I didn't mean I wonder if Popverse wrote this to be inflammatory. I just meant like, I wonder if Popverse accidentally wrote this in a weird way.
Nope.
No,
I double checked because I was like, are we sure? And we're sure they're definitely doing the allies. When we were talking about it on my stream, it was like the equivalent of like, for Women's History Month, we're highlighting women's husbands.
Yeah. Who are the great husbands that have done wonderful things for the great women of history?
Like,
you know what I mean? John Earhart.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, I don't think that
was a thing.
I don't think that was a thing.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think she was. No.
No. I mean, look, we have no insight into her sexuality, but I do know that the gays have claimed her.
Yeah.
I do know that is a lesbian icon.
It feels correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. John of Arc. Where was he?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Yeah. The men behind the women behind the men.
That's right. Finally, somebody's ready to highlight these important figures in history who don't get talked about enough. I'm so glad.
I'm just so confused why they were like, and you know what, kids? Spider-Man met a gay person once.
That's right. And he was really cool about it.
And he
didn't act weird about it at all.
Yeah. So you too could not act weird around a gay person this month. Happy Pride.
Well, there you go. There you go. Thanks for that.
Ally.
In other, I guess other Disney news? Because Disney, Marvel, like it's all one big company.
You found a through line.
I found a through line. Disney has put all the Hulu stuff on Disney Plus.
Now, here's the thing. A lot of the time we're concerned about consolidation, right? But on the other hand, too, I'm also concerned about paying for too many streaming services. So I consider this to be a win.
Yeah, no, because they're already consolidated.
Yeah.
There's nothing,
right.
I'm sorry, that ship has sailed. They are one large mega corporation. Give me it all for one payment, please.
Yeah, so officially Disney has bundled Hulu content into your Disney Plus. Currently only in the US, apologies. our international BBs. I assume that this is probably going to be everywhere, but there is this thing of like acquisition. Sometimes it's like, oh, you own the library here and not there, and that could be why.
Yeah, there are licensing issues
Yeah.
between different territories and markets. But
they've been beta testing it for a little bit, and now it should be for everybody in the US. You have, I noticed it because I went on Disney Plus yesterday and I was like, oh, it's weird that this looks so unfamily friendly.
yeah.
Like it was suggesting me a lot of things that I was like, that's kind of wild.
Yeah. Like,
I'm just so used to opening Disney Plus.
Like have another shot of tequila, which is weird.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, Disney Plus. I've already had 2. And Disney Plus is like, do it.
Come on,
have one more.
Come on, have a little fun, loosen up.
Doesn't matter. Come on, bud.
Yeah. But I'm just so used to opening Disney Plus and it being like, have you watched Wish yet? And I'm like, I haven't. And then it's like, but you love Baby Yoda, don't you? And I'm like, oh, I do.
Yeah.
And now it was not like that. That is no longer my experience. Got the entire Hulu library, which has some stuff.
It's got some stuff.
Most streaming services don't have shit anymore.
You can technically watch the best Marvel TV series that was not on Disney Plus. You can watch Legion now on Hulu. You can watch the best X-Men show that will ever be made right now on Hulu.
I don't know anything about Legion.
Oh, Legion rules, dude.
So I was like, I actually can't tell if you're being ironic or not.
No, Legion's amazing.
That's not the best Marvel show.
I always tell people that Legion is the Moon Knight show that you wanted.
You said the best Marvel show, not on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You so quickly forget Jessica Jones?
I love Jessica Jones. I also love Legion.
You leave her behind for Legion?
I would never, but Legion's amazing. Legion's amazing. You got to watch Legion. Legion slaps.
Better than Jessica Jones?
In ways. Yeah, in ways.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Other people are saying Daredevil.
Daredevil's really good.
I like Jessica Jones better than Daredevil personally, but I think Daredevil's
I like
really,
Jessica
really great.
Jones better than Daredevil as well.
Yeah.
I think the first season of Daredevil's amazing.
Yeah.
Like perfect. No notes.
But I think the first season of Jessica Jones is even more perfect, no notes.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
And then season 2, I mean, I will say that season 2 of Jessica Jones fell off more than I think season 2 of Daredevil did.
It's not bad, but it's not great.
No.
It's no season 1. They just really couldn't recapture that.
And I will never forgive that show for the Patsy Walker slander in season 2.
Yeah.
The Hellcat slander.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
A lot of love for Daredevil in the chat.
Yeah.
The Tension said, damn, do I need to watch Jessica Jones? 100%.
Oh, a million
Do
%.
you like Kristen Ritter and David Tennant?
And good things. Do you like good things?
Because David Tennant is a horrible, awful, vile villain
Yeah.
and is phenomenal at it.
I genuinely think he is maybe like the strongest villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like the strongest villain this current era of like live action TV movie Marvel stuff has had.
Yeah.
He's such a good villain.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
The Hulu Disney Plus consolidation stuff, all of this streamer consolidation stuff is very interesting.
Yeah.
I think I honestly think something like this doesn't come from like, hey, how can we provide more value to the audience? I think it genuinely comes from we can't get 2 memberships out of people anymore.
Yeah.
I think it comes from we need to consolidate this and then we can maybe raise the price of the memberships a little bit.
Yeah.
Because people don't want like 8 streaming services anymore. Every time I talk to somebody, they've canceled a streaming service.
Yeah. I've canceled most of my streaming services at this point.
Yeah.
It just isn't worth it for most of them too. Like I found myself constantly opening up streaming services and being like, I don't want to watch anything on this. I have no interest in anything here.
Yeah. That's the other thing is the algorithms are failing spectacularly.
Yeah.
Spectacularly. Now, the one place I would say that the algorithms weren't failing spectacularly was,
of course,
was Disney Plus because the library was so focused.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you want to watch a Star Wars,
right,
you click on the Star Wars.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch a Marvel, you click on the Marvel. And it's like very easy, but it's because their library was very much like focused.
When I canceled all of my streaming services to watch things elsewhere, Disney Plus was the only one that I kept because I just really I really enjoy Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to have Disney Plus have more. I just wanted like nice, good quality access to Star Wars. That was kind of always the thing. And I wanted to make sure that I got the ones like on top, like as they came out. Like
Yeah.
I'm a watch upon release for Star Wars. So I want to make sure I had them. So I'm happy with that. It's honestly the only streaming service that I'm like not upset with particularly any more than like a normal anti-capitalist amount of upset with streaming services.
Yeah. I think, we're going to see more and more of this.
Yeah.
The streaming market is imploding because it turns out what we liked about streaming services was that there was a place with everything.
Yeah.
And now there are 50 places with nothing.
And it's so interesting because there was a while where I was paying for all of them. Like I had Discovery, I had Peacock, dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's what would happen though is there would be a show coming out and you'd be like, I want to watch that. I'm going to do the trial.
Right.
What could it hurt? And I'd be like, Saige, you're not going to cancel that.
Or I'll be like, I'll pay for 1 month.
Yeah. I'm like, Saige, you're not going to cancel that.
Of course I'm not.
You're going to forget.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. That's
it.
the other thing. Sphinx Chair brings up an interesting point in the live studio audience. COVID was boring as fuck.
COVID was hella
We were
boring.
watching a lot more stuff.
Yeah, so boring, dude.
And these companies really expected us to keep watching as much stuff.
Yeah.
That was not going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. Now you have all your Disney on Hulu. Believe in that.
Other way around.
You have all your.
What is happening?
I don't know.
What's going on?
We are.
Why? You have a.
It's gone. I had something and I lost it.
You talk about video games?
Yeah, let's talk about video games.
Okay, let's talk about what's in the title here. Y'all have been making some strange requests. And the director of Tekken is really confused.
Harada went on Twitter and
Katsuhiro Harada was basically like, hey, can you explain to me what the deal is with Waffle House?
here's his actual tweet. He said, okay, I will only ask once about this request. Why do some communities send me requests for Waffle House? Please be sure to explain the basis for the request, including the original story, history, and background. I look forward to an explanation from someone who knows more. Because people keep saying, Harada, put Waffle House in Tekken.
I want to fight in the Waffle House, which is a very common phrase. People say that every day.
I love this so much. I love that people are doing this enough to where Harada had to very seriously go on the internet.
And be like, explain to me your joke.
Yeah. In a way where it's like, we're considering doing this, but we need to know why you're asking.
If you really want it, we will do it, but I need to know why. I need to make sure you're not pranking us.
Listen to me. If I was the head of marketing or whatever, like he's the CFO, I don't know what Waffle House has going on. If I was the creative agency that's handling the Waffle House account, I've never seen a single ad for the Waffle House, so I don't know what they do over there.
I don't think that they do have a marketing department.
They are the only, we do know this, they are the only restaurant used for data points by FEMA. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but the federal emergency, like they take a look at the Waffle House in an area. And if the Waffle House is closed, they're like, we need to send aid to this area.
Yeah.
Because the Waffle House doesn't close for anything.
I'd like to think that their marketing person doesn't have any social media apps, only has WorldStar.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, we were on WorldStar again.
Yeah.
We were on WorldStar again.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, that's great.
That's awesome.
We only know, what's WorldStar? Oh, it's the internet.
It's the internet.
Tom says that the internet is basically Facebook and WorldStar.
Yeah. And we're doing great.
We're doing great on WorldStar.
We're crushing it on Facebook and WorldStar. That video of one of our servers catching that chair that was thrown at her by a customer.
It's the, I don't know if y'all remember, but it's the simple like flowing motion where it's like, I've done this.
Yeah.
And I will do this.
Yeah. She's like, you really thought.
They need they need to call up whoever is in charge. If it's Tom, give a call.
Yeah.
Get in touch with Namco. Get in touch with Bandai Namco. Get in touch with Harada. And
say,
put
please.
the Waffle House into Tekken 8.
Give the people what they want. Put the Waffle House in Tekken 8. Make it a map in Tekken 8.
Dude, I would love that. I would love that. So the Tekken 8 Waffle House stage. I think you do start in the dining room.
Yeah.
Right? The bar seating is behind you. You know, I think there should be Waffle House employees fighting other people in the background, like in a Street Fighter 6 way.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Where like the entire world is fighting.
Yeah.
And you know, one of them's cooking, one of them's like fighting. They're playing one of the like a Tekken dance remix of one of the Waffle House specific songs that they keep on the jukebox at the Waffle House.
Okay.
You know how they have like one that's called like I like mine smothered and covered, and it's like a country song.
I've never been in a Waffle House.
Dude, we gotta go to Waffle House.
I tried to go to a Waffle House one time and it was closed.
Was everyone okay?
No.
That's what I thought.
No, it was really bad.
That's what I thought.
I was in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know, midnight or so. And I had just gotten off of a shoot and an Uber driver was like, okay, taking you guys to the Waffle House. Hell yeah. Pulls up. And when the Waffle House was closed, the Uber driver was so concerned.
Yeah.
The Uber driver was like,
I'm telling you,
why is Waffle House closed?
It's not a joke.
Yeah.
The federal government takes a look at what Waffle Houses are open.
Yeah. The Uber driver was so concerned that they said, don't worry about it. I'm going to find you guys somewhere else to get some food. As if like an apocalypse was about to hit.
Yeah. No, we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. And you're like, no, what do you mean? Like
we invited that man to join us for late dinner.
You sound very concerned. No. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. Do me a favor. Cover your eyes.
Yeah.
Cover your eyes. And we're just going to go. It's safe. It's safe, sweetheart. I promise.
I literally am actually not joking. Like, that's real.
I know.
He was so concerned that he was like, it's okay. I'll drive you guys somewhere else. Let's make sure you get something before the fucking apocalypse
That's
hits.
right. Before the ground opens up and swallows us. The only time the Waffle House was closed when I was growing up was literally after Category 5 hurricanes.
Yeah.
That was just like, dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
No one has any power.
Yeah.
We're peeing into bottles. Yeah, but is the Waffle House open? Yeah, the Waffle House is open. Well, then we're going to be okay.
Then we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. So I think you start in the Waffle. What's something you don't know about the Waffle House then is half of their jukebox is songs about the Waffle House. Wow. Like country songs, rock songs, disco songs. These songs have not been updated since the 80s.
I love that.
And you can, like, one of the things that really drunk teens like to do is throw a bunch of money in the jukebox and play one Waffle House like song over and over right before they walk out.
Yeah. So you're getting like a kind of chiptune-y remix of it, maybe a couple of different ones.
So you get like that dance Tekken drum and bass.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you can pick up a chair or kick a chair at somebody, I think.
Oh yeah, there's definitely environmental interaction and it's gotta be chairs.
Yeah. And then you can punch somebody through the plate glass window.
Of course.
And out into the Waffle House parking lot where once again, there's already a fight going on.
Yes.
And your fight then becomes part of their fight.
Yeah. Now you have to fight everybody.
That's right. That's
you just interrupted their fight.
Yeah, that's the Waffle House stage.
Yeah, I think you can power up with waffles. I think you can nom nom.
I think you can power up with waffles.
Hire us, Waffle House. Apparently, they don't spend any money on marketing, according to Alex's comment. So apparently, they don't do marketing.
Harada, put Waffle House in Tekken 8.
Get it together.
Hey, Harada, read a fucking book.
Go on TikTok.
Jeez.
Interchangeable.
Here's the thing: if they had said Denny's, they would have gotten it. Japan loves Denny's.
Yeah.
Japan loves Denny's.
But I don't think
Denny's
they would
doesn't have
get
to
why.
fight.
Right, that's the thing. I don't think they would get why you need to fight. Because here's the thing. There's plenty of fights at Denny's in America.
Sure.
But there's not going to be fights in the same way at a Denny's in Japan.
No. And they don't have Waffle House over there because they don't have the culture of chair catching fighting at 2 a.m. that we do.
Right.
They don't understand.
Does Denny's even love Denny's? Nobody loves Denny's like Denny's loves Denny's. Hey, have you been to a Denny's recently?
They're doing a lot.
They got the weirdest shit going on at any given time.
A lot.
They do influencer collabs where they do an influencer menu that switches out with a bunch of people you've never heard of. They relabeled a lot of their sauce bottles to have kind of horny sayings on them for some reason.
Just for
I don't know why,
funsies.
just
for funsies.
Just because they're like, why not? We could.
The last time I went to Denny's, I think was, God, it was 5 years ago.
No, you've been to a Denny's with us.
Oh, that's right. We have gone to a Denny's.
We've gone to a Denny's.
I was going to say, before that, the last memory I have of Denny's specific was, I remember being at a restaurant, but I didn't remember it was Denny's. The last time I remember a place being Denny's is when they had a special menu for the Solo movie.
Wow. Yeah.
They had a Han Solo menu.
Wow. Yeah, now it's all like mommy bloggers and like, I don't know, those like sketches that go on the YouTube Kids app.
Yeah.
Those creators, they have a menu at
Where
Denny's.
Elsa and Spider-Man are like,
no, these ones are the live action ones, not the freaky animated ones. These ones
where
it's
Elsa
actual
and
people.
Spider-Man are like, and like the Joker's there.
Which one's gay and which one's the ally?
The Joker is both.
Elsa's definitely gay.
Yeah, but the Joker is both.
Yeah. Gay and an ally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how chaotic the Joker is.
Yeah. Some days not even an ally.
That's right. Hey, this is not the biggest, wildest, craziest Bandai Namco news we have today.
No?
No. You would think trying to get Harada to add the Waffle House to Tekken would be the biggest news.
Sure.
But it's not. It's absolutely not. See, Bandai Namco had 3 of their up-and-coming young designers create games and release them for free on Steam.
Yeah.
They all look wonderful, but I want to talk to you about Duranko Wonko.
Duranko Wonko is about being a messy little dog running around a house making a mess.
It's a Pomeranian.
You're a little dagger.
You're a tiny little Pomeranian, and you have to make the biggest mess you can in the house.
Now, this reminds me, there was a game a few years back. There was an indie game where you were a cat and you were trying to knock as many things over
lateral
as possible.
damage.
Yeah, cat lateral damage. That's what it was. This reminds me of that. But you're jumping on the bed. You're spilling paints. Look at this magical world you're going into.
That's right. It says you're usually not allowed to make a mess, but you are allowed just for today.
And it says because you are a cute doggy.
Duranko Wonko, free on Steam.
God.
They're just giving it away, Duranko Wonko. I love it. There is a genre of game that you hit on that this is part of, that's becoming a much larger genre, which is cute little animals getting into mischief.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I love it so much.
There's one that's coming out soon, the one that we saw a couple years ago at GDC, Little Kitty Big City.
Yeah.
Where you just gotta cause a little damage.
Yeah.
I love any game that's just about a tiny little guy getting into mischief.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Love to be a little crab causing problems.
Yeah. Just a tiny one.
I love it. I'm for sure going to stream this tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
so good.
It's good.
That is not the only game that was released. They dropped 3 games at the same time. Let me see.
The other ones are, there's one that's called Boomer Road.
Yeah.
In Boomer Road, Boomer Road looks really good. Boomer Road, you toss a boomerang and then the boomerang creates the rails that you slide on.
Yeah, that's really cool looking.
So it's very much like an Iceman thing, kind of.
It is in the article, or you can just show it on my screen, Alex.
Yeah, I got it up here.
Or Anthony's actually has the trailer.
Look at that. It looks really cool. You can get different boomerang parts. You're in like ancient floating islands.
Yeah.
Here, let me go back to, you throw your boomerang and create the rail.
That's so cool.
I love it. Free.
Just free. You can do that for free. And then the last one is not a lot. This one is a robot action game where you are trying to use hacking abilities to control enemies and escape a robot production factory. So you're just a robot trying to escape by hacking all the other robots.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like this. And you get inside of them and you become like the main core of the robot.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you're just trying to escape your robot factory.
This is fun.
You
know,
have been awakened.
Sometimes my favorite games come from these little kind of internal game jams that these big companies do. And I think there's not as much of a culture of doing them anymore internally. But I really do think that they pay off. I mean, one of my favorite games that I think came out of EA in the last decade was Grow Up. The robot that has to just like climb and like plant trees and climb the trees. It was so gorgeous and so wonderful. And I just loved it. And I think these little games in a world where we have $200 million games coming out and failing. It's nice to see that if companies wanted to, they could do the thing they used to do, which is...
If you wanted to, you would.
If you wanted to, you could create sustainable games.
How interesting.
Small, interesting, fun games.
How interesting. I don't know. Elise said that Boomer Road was giving Jet Set Radio vibes. Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely getting a lot of that. It's also giving, I'm going to say this, every time there's a game with traversal like that, including like Sonic Frontiers, all these things, go play Solar Ash. Not enough people played Solar Ash. Solar Ash was the follow-up to Hyperlight Drifter by Heart Machine. And it was an amazing game. Still, I mean, it is an amazing game. Came out a couple of years ago. And not enough people have been playing Solar Ash. I think it's on Game Pass if you want to play it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Jelly PB said Solar Ash was very fun. I didn't play that.
It's great.
I got to. I played the previous game, but I never got around to Solar Ash.
Oh, if you could play Solar Ash at a Waffle House, life experiences.
Yeah. I'm really trying to rack them up.
Yeah.
I've only got a little time left.
You got a combo on. That's right.
You know, before
she turns 30 and
it's over.
And the internet says, get off the internet.
Yep, and that's it. Gotta see a Waffle House, gotta play Solar Ash. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got. What about Solar Ash and a Denny's? No, not special enough. Too many Denny's in California.
IHOP, bring back the Lord of the Rings menu.
For what?
It was a great menu.
What was on it?
It's just like good Hobbit shit, man.
What's good Hobbit shit at an IHOP?
Man, you haven't even watched The Lord of the Rings. Don't even worry about it.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it was great.
You don't know.
It's just big IHOP breakfast menus. Gandalf had a breakfast.
Was it big?
Yeah.
Like the dishes were large, so you would feel like a little hobbit? Hobbits are small, right?
Yeah, but hobbits eat a lot. Hobbits have like 18 meals a day.
I know Second Breakfast.
Second Breakfast.
I've seen the Hobbit movies.
Yeah.
That one I know, actually.
Not the Lord of the Rings, but you say, yeah, bring up that menu. That's right. Look at that glorious IHOP menu.
Yeah.
Build your own Hobbit slam. Slam it up with the Hobbits. That's marketing, baby. You know how the Hobbits are always saying slam it up?
Hey, Hobbit Slam sounds like a really gross act.
No, Hobbit Slam. I went to Hobbit Slam 35, and the title match at Hobbit Slam 35 was insane.
No, if someone asks you to Hobbit Slam, you go home. If someone asks you to Hobbit Slam, you make sure you're sharing your location with a friend and you go home. You get out of there.
No, Hobbit Slam 35, mankind jumped off the cage.
Yeah. I don't know about that. That sounds... We're getting two different vibes from Hobbit Slam.
Slam it up.
I don't think so.
Slam it up.
I don't think I want that.
Slam. What else is going on?
Hey, what if they did a Freaky Friday menu where nothing tastes like what it's supposed to? It looks like one food on the outside, and then you take a bite into it, and it's completely different food.
Number one, you would scream and die.
I would. I hate to be surprised by food.
Number two, I think that is a Denny's menu, because you bite into anything at Denny's and it just tastes like Denny's.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like what it's supposed to.
It does not taste like what it's supposed to.
It just tastes like
sure.
Denny's.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're doing a Freaky Friday too. Now, this was like a thing that's been rumored for a minute now. And there was
Wait, the reason that food at Denny's tastes like Denny's is because they're doing Freaky Friday too?
That's why I said a Freaky Friday menu, Anthony.
Oh.
Catch my segue.
Oh.
Keep up.
Whoa.
There you go. So previously they had like announced that they were doing a Freaky Friday too, but everybody was kind of like, do you mean it? Is it real? And yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are supposedly back.
Whoa.
And right now they've been talking about it. And it was like kind of not legit for a minute. And then like Lindsay Lohan said something, but also Lindsay Lohan is in one of those places where we're like, do we trust that Lindsay Lohan is saying the truth?
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan, I'm sure, is talking to a lot of people about a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, if Lindsay Lohan says, oh yeah, I'm talking to some people at Disney about Freaky Friday 2, does that mean Lindsay Lohan is texting people at 3 a.m. being like, Freaky Friday 2, Queen?
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Queen, Freaky Friday 2?
Show my screen real quick.
I was about to say, but the thing about Lindsay Lohan is she has transitioned into the adorable rom-com situation.
Anthony, I watched it.
How is Irish Wish?
It's so fucking bad. It's so fucking bad. It's such nonsense.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable nonsense. It's so funny. It's so weird. So Irish Wish is about a woman who whose ex-boyfriend is, or not ex-boyfriend, whose love interest, who's somebody that she's been in love with, is marrying her best friend. The guy is also her boss, kind of.
All right.
And is marrying her best friend. And she is totally in love with him, but is there to support her best friend in the wedding. And she wishes that it was her marrying him on a leprechaun?
It was a leprechaun? How did the leprechaun get there? Was there any hint that there would be any magic before the leprechaun showed up?
No.
What does the leprechaun look like?
A woman that has like a little scarf tied around her head. Just a little lady.
Regular sized lady?
Yeah.
This leprechaun was regular sized lady.
Yeah, just a regular kind of small lady full of mischief. A real mischievous kind of lad of a lady.
Okay, that's not okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so she wishes on a lady. And when she wishes on the
lady's like, make a wish, you won't. And she's like, what do you mean? And she's like, do it. Do it. It'd be so weird if you totally wished for that thing you wanted.
It'd be so strange if you told this strange old lady your wish.
And then she does it. And then, not my gender, but definitely my partner's gender, a little lad of a lady. Yeah. Same. Definitely mine as well. And then the little lad of a lady is like, and makes it true. And she wakes up and she's marrying her boss instead of her best friend marrying her boss. But it's bad. And there's another man who is not Irish.
Yeah.
Who is also there. Better match for her.
Sure.
Turns out the guy she's marrying, better match for her best friend, who he was going to marry in the first place. And then her best friend, really bad bridesmaid, keeps hitting on her to be husband.
Well, because in the real world, they're supposed to marry.
But they don't know that. So instead, her friend's just being really shady.
Is her friend Leprechaun?
Anthony, let me tell you an excerpt from this movie.
Tell me an excerpt from the movie.
So she is trying to go biking with her soon-to-be husband, and she does not know how to ride a bike.
Adorable. Whimsical.
And she tells him, and he's like, shut the fuck up, we're bike riding, basically. He's like, I don't care that you don't know how to ride a bike. I'm very mean. I'm a total asshole, and I was an asshole to you as your boss, and I don't know why you thought I would be a nice husband. But he doesn't say any of that.
Okay.
He's like, whatever, I want a bike ride. And she's like, okay, I guess. She's biking behind him.
Yes.
And as they're passing her bridesmaids, which are all apple picking or something.
Sure.
She falls off of the bike.
But she's not with them because she has to ride the bike.
She has to ride the bike with her to-be husband. She falls off of the bike.
Yeah.
And her bridesmaid goes, it's okay. I've got it. I know what the problem is here. Someone has to bike with your husband. I'll take it from here. And Lindsay has fallen off the bike. This woman just gets onto the bike.
Yeah. Now, Lindsay Lohan is on the ground hurt.
She's like, fine.
Okay.
She's like, fine, but she fell off a bike. It's probably more pride than anything. And then she gets on the bike and goes like, I'm going to beat ya, and races away from the husband to playfully bike with this husband.
Now, what is the tone of this movie supposed to be? Because in a in like a ridiculous goofball comedy, that's funny.
It's not.
Right?
No.
But this is supposed to be like straight up like...
It's a rom-com.
Right.
It's a rom-com.
But is this part supposed to be a little funny or is it supposed to not be funny?
What you're supposed to take away from that scene is, wow, those other two are way more compatible.
Yeah. Who's Irish?
The guy. Just the one guy.
Just one guy is Irish.
One guy.
In all of Ireland in this movie.
Yeah, they're getting married in Ireland.
Right, because one guy's Irish.
Yeah. Well, and the leprechaun.
And the leprechaun. All right.
The little lady lad is definitely definitely Irish.
Now, number one, you're just making me want to watch this movie more.
Yeah.
And number two, I feel like Lindsay Lohan has also dipped her toe into the Christmas films.
Oh, you mean Fallen for Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Now,
I watched it.
Now, here's what I want to ask you.
Starring Trouty Mouth from Glee. You joking? Of course I saw it.
Yeah. Now, here's what I want to ask you. Please show this beautiful key art.
Yeah.
What I want to show you, or what I want to ask you is, how does Lindsay Lohan do in these films? She was one of the most gifted, brilliant child actresses.
Yeah.
Destroyed by her own lifestyle in the industry. But she was brilliant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Lindsay Lohan in these movies sounds like it is her first day speaking every time she opens her mouth.
Now, do you think that's a character choice? Is she playing an ingenue?
In both movies.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got this vibe of like, oh, this is quaint. I'll play pretend with you.
Oh, okay. Like she's gonna steal a look at the camera any moment. Yeah. Like she's gonna steal a look at the camera any moment and be like, I'm not really somebody who made a wish on a leprechaun.
Yeah. Like it's that like somebody who is like raised in royalty wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay. That is like,
take me to a bar where you hang out.
Exactly.
Well,
and
what do you do?
Right. And that's acting.
Oh, I'll have a beer.
Yeah. And she's also a bit of a little stinker.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could describe Lindsay Lohan's acting in this. Now, Falling for Christmas is a movie where Lindsay Lohan, who is playing the extraordinarily wealthy daughter of a hotel mogul, falls off of a cliff.
Funny pop culture connection. We love it.
Yeah, she's basically Paris Hilton.
She's Paris Hilton.
And she falls off a cliff and hits her head and has memory loss.
It's an overboard for Christmas situation.
Yeah, and she is found by this man.
Yeah.
From Glee.
The man from Glee.
Who...
But not any of the ones you think.
Yeah. Who lives a quaint little life at his own small independent ski lodge business.
That's right.
With a daughter and a dead wife.
Yeah.
The dead wife isn't there. Well,
no, the dead wife is there.
Yeah.
The dead wife is sitting at the table.
Yeah.
And he is like, and her father's business, I would assume, is going to put that little lodge out of business.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to buy it out.
He's trying to buy it out, but they won't sell it.
And she was engaged to be wed, but she doesn't remember. So now she's in love with this guy. Now
she's in love with the corpse of the dead wife.
Well, here's one of the interesting stories about Falling for Christmas. Now,
it's about Hanukkah.
This man's daughter.
It's about Hanukkah. It's a Jewish movie.
Yeah.
Bet you didn't see that coming, fuckers. We get to have one.
And we can call it Falling for Christmas if we want.
That's right.
Yeah. As in, you fell for it.
Yeah.
Christians. Fucking got him. April Fools.
You got.
So this guy's daughter, his ex-wife was a black woman. And his daughter.
Ex-wife, dead wife.
His dead wife was a black woman. And there is like this storyline a little bit, I believe, of them trying to navigate a like, well, now she's alone with her white dad.
Right.
Okay.
Or there are things I don't know. There are things I can't teach her. Yeah. Sure.
Hold on. Let me see. Falling for Christmas daughter. Let me just double check my facts on this. Actually, no.
No. Actually, no, none of that was
his
true.
ex-wife was, I was trying to remember like what exactly his ex-wife was Hispanic. She's also his ex-wife, I guess.
Yeah, but that's different circumstances.
Okay. Anyways, she has like her grandma and that's it. And there's this like awkward thing where you're like, oh, this would mean a lot more if he had met another woman that could like connect with his daughter.
Yeah.
But then you've just got like a white woman brushing her hair and like trying to navigate this in a way that like this is another white person that also doesn't understand this kid.
But she's got to learn
away all of the
But
cute
she's got to learn
wholesomeness.
about different people.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, she doesn't? She doesn't do that?
She doesn't do that.
Okay. And then do they, at the end, they get married, they save the lodge.
Yeah.
They resurrect the dead wife, which is problematic because they got married.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's also great because when she gets her memory back, she remembers that she pledged to live child free. And so they send the corpse and the daughter away.
Yeah, they throw the kid off the same cliff that she fell off.
That's right. That's right. And then the two zombies walk away. Yeah. And the two wealthy white people have a lovely Christmas.
Yeah, they're like, little girl, we know you miss your mom.
Yeah.
We got you.
Go get her. Go get her.
Yeah, you miss your mom so much.
I heard she went down there. I heard she went that way.
Anyways, Lindsay Lohan's doing nothing but bangers. So I can't wait for Freaky Friday too.
Do you believe that this is Jamie Lee Curtis just being like, I'm going to do this for you. You need this. You need this, and I'm going to do this for you.
Here's what I know.
You've been trying so hard.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
I believe, is a really, really sweet woman.
I believe that as well.
I have a deep-seated belief as somebody who does not know this celebrity that Jamie Lee Curtis is dope as hell. And you know why I have it?
Why?
Because I sat a row behind her at a Weird Al concert once.
Yeah.
And she was the coolest bitch at the concert. She was dope as hell. She knew all the words. She had the merch. She had a bunch of kids with her. All had the merch. They were loving it. They were having a great fucking time.
She goes to conventions in whatever cosplay her children suggest for her.
Yeah.
That's a good person. That's a good person.
No! The tension, no!
Okay, wait. All right. Here's something I'm going to say. Here's something I'm going to say right now because the tension in the live studio audience says, y'all heard about her Zionist shit and the Instagram post she made. No, we have not. Here's what I'm going to tell you. In a few years, there are a lot of people making a lot of posts right now. They're going to feel real stupid about their posts. A lot of people are caught up in some very fervent shit right now that they should not have allowed themselves to get caught up in. But no, we have not heard about that.
No, of course we haven't.
If we had heard about that,
of course we haven't.
of course we haven't. Listen, and whenever we bring up anybody and say, I have a feeling they might be cool, somebody's always like, did you hear about the thing they did wrong?
Yeah.
And we're just like, no.
No, of course not. Of course we haven't.
No. But I like, what
If we had, we wouldn't say that.
What are you gonna? It's who is like? Listen, and I'm not defending Jamie Lee Curtis for whatever she's done right now, but here's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna bring up that hasn't done something at some point?
Well, I don't know if that's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery
I don't think
slope.
that's the thing.
No,
but
but it's also a slippery slope.
Yeah.
To be like every time we bring somebody up, be like they did a bad thing once.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the internet slides that way too.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Ugh. Anyway, Freaky Friday 2 coming soon to Hulu plus Disney plus.
Yeah.
Disney. Hey.
Yeah, I looked it up. Essentially, she initially made a comment about like the hostages, essentially.
Sure.
And then she was just like, I just want nobody to die. And she didn't take a stance that should be, hi, Israel is committing a genocide and we should be acknowledging that it is until like everybody needs to stop. Okay. There's no both sides on this shit. We obviously know that and we agree. So she did take a too neutral of approach, but she didn't take a yes, Israel is right approach.
Okay.
Which I will take over that. I still think neutrality, especially in the face of genocide, is violence. But what she did say is like, ooh, I really shouldn't have said that. That's my bad. I will continue to advocate, for people all over the world, especially children. Pray for the cessation of violence perpetrated against all people.
Yeah, so that doesn't sound as bad as... So I guess, and the tension is saying like, I don't know loads about it. Yeah. You gotta be chill.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know loads about it, you can't say publicly something like, did you hear about all her Zionist shit?
Yeah, well, just be careful on.
Just be careful.
Is she a Zionist? If Just
be careful.
It's hard because it's one of those things where it's like, it's important because Zionists should like really, it should matter who's being a Zionist right now in the face of this. So I'm going to say, yeah, she took a neutral stance that I don't like.
Yeah.
She did post that initial thing and then she was like, yeah, I made a mistake. I'm sorry about that. But then didn't really take the as good of a response as she should have.
Yeah. So we're just gonna push past that and move on to something else.
Yeah.
That something else I think will be, hey, do you know what just got added to the Oxford English Dictionary?
What?
Isekai. Isekai is now a word in the Oxford English Dictionary. You can get isekai'd. The isekai truck can hit you.
Yeah.
And everybody will know exactly what you mean because it's in the Oxford English Dictionary.
Because everybody knows every word in the Oxford English Dictionary.
That's right. What else made it? Karage, the fried chicken.
Oh.
And kintsugi, the thing where when something breaks, you put it back together.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
With like beautiful gold stuff.
Beautiful
it's actually
gold.
really gorgeous. It's really beautiful.
It's really gorgeous
phenomenal.
and beautiful, and it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor.
I don't know why you're doing this. It's actually a really cool thing.
It's a very cool thing that a lot of people just hammered on a lot as a metaphor.
Yeah.
On Instagram, people were like, "Have you heard about kintsugi?"
Yeah.
Even broken things can be put together more beautiful than they're. It's a lot of accounts that post a lot of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're posting a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, now that it's in the Oxford Dictionary, the Oxford English Dictionary, that's the version of it because there's the actual cultural tied version of it. And then there's the white people saying it version. And the white people saying it version is for sure the one in the English Dictionary, unfortunately.
That's right. But isekai is great. Everything's an isekai now, which is perfect because you can't. There's not a single anime that came out this year that isn't an isekai. Yeah. You can't escape isekai anymore.
Inescapable.
It's inescapable, and which is weird because it's about magically escaping to another world.
Yeah.
And yet they won't make an anime about anything else anymore.
Yeah. We're getting close to time, so let's do our last little bits of video game news that we teased in the intro. Silent Hill 2 Remake has been rated. Now, this is one of those things that we often keep an eye on for like video game news that seems like potentially insignificant, but it usually is one of those indicators of more to come. When you see the ratings start to come, you're like, ooh, then we get an actually exciting announcement soon probably, because we know that that's one of those like steps in the process, right?
If it's rated, that means it's like it's content locked probably to the point where they're feeling confident about it.
Yeah.
And it's on somebody's marketing and release plan. What is Silent? And here's the thing that's really wild about it. Silent Hill 2 Remake, rated E for everyone.
Yeah.
You get
for children.
Everyone should play it. It's going to be available.
Yeah. It's not.
It's going to be available on the YouTube Kids.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to watch the whole thing.
It's received an M for mature rating.
What?
Silent Hill?
What?
Everybody, it's okay. No, it's good. It's good. It's Silent Hill. It's okay.
I love that anime fans are who they are.
Yeah.
Because I said every anime that's being made this year is an isekai.
Yeah.
Using hyperbole.
Yeah.
And even though the BBs in the live studio audience knew I was using hyperbole, they felt like they had to name every anime they knew this year that was not an isekai.
I love that for them.
And it still was only like 2.
I love that.
We
Good
love
job, guys.
There it is. There's the April Fools. That's right. That was the April Fools. The E for everyone. We did it. We punked you.
You did it.
We pranked you.
You got fooled.
You got fooled. We fooled you. We fooled you.
CD Projekt Red is fooling their employees by paying them exclusively in little tokens.
That's not a joke. I mean, it is, but it is hyperbole once again.
April Fools.
It is hyperbole.
But CDPR is now working on The Witcher 4 and has 400 employees working on it currently. That's kind of wild.
Double it.
Double it. Give it to the next person.
Double it. Give it to the next studio.
I love The Witcher, so I'm very excited about this. Obviously, have we lost a little bit of faith in CDPR in the past few years? Sure. But for some reason, my brain is really able to separate that for The Witcher, and it probably shouldn't be. But like, as somebody who loves The Witcher that much, I'm like, well, they know how to do The Witcher. They're not going to fuck up The Witcher.
Sure. And also, somehow, CD Projekt Red has gotten literally just about all of their good faith back.
Which is genuinely unbelievable.
Through that, they released one update that you had to pay for.
Yeah.
For Cyberpunk, and everybody was like, "We love you again.
Yeah,
you're good. We love you."
Yeah. I mean, hey, I didn't play a ton of Liberty City.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto Liberty City.
I didn't play a lot of Cyberpunk Liberty City. Yeah.
But
I didn't play a lot of Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Liberty.
Heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I hear it's fine. And I hear Knuckles is in there.
Yeah.
McCavity is in there.
Yeah.
So that's great.
But damn,
I liked it better when you would T-pose and then drive your car into the sky. That was a much better game.
That was a fun time. Having a random guy following you around on missions was a fun time.
Yeah.
But I love The Witcher. So none of that applies here because my brain says Witcher good, Witcher always good. They're going to do a good job with The Witcher. So they now currently have about 2/3 of the studio working on The Witcher 4, making it their primary project that they're working on right now. They have 403 staffers working on it.
Sure. That'll double.
They took like a big break to focus on Phantom Liberty. They had already started it previously and they were picking production back up in January of this year. So this sounds like they're going full force on it. I'm going to bet if they're at this point, we're not getting even a trailer until probably
next year.
You think a trailer next year? I'm thinking a trailer maybe at the very end of this year, a teaser at the very end of this year.
Yeah, but it'll be one of those Todd Howard teasers where we'll be like, we have a logo.
Yeah.
We have a logo.
Get a trailer next year. Do you think we could get what do you think? You think a 2026 release?
2026.
Yeah, I think it's 2026.
And then C. Dandino is like, so no crunch with that many people, right? Right? Anakin and Padme meme, right? No. There will be crunch. And they will be rewarded for that crunch with tokens, the same way they were during Cyberpunk.
Woo!
I hope, no, in all honesty, we do hope that they've gotten better. We hope that they've learned from those mistakes.
Yes.
And, we know it's probably hard for people who work in a company like that to hear things like that about their company all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's certainly, you already know when you're working at a place that is mistreating you. It hurts to just hear it over and over again.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, pay your people and don't put them through crunch. Yeah.
I don't know. They are staffing up very heavily on this, so one could hope that would be cool. That's all I'd like to say. That's
all
it.
we'd like to say.
We just can say what we hope happens. How about that?
Yeah. I hope I get isekai'd to a world where people are paid fairly.
That'd be cool.
It'd be nice.
I'd love that.
And that's why I jump in front of every truck that goes by.
Yeah. I hope my boss that's supposed to marry my best friend wakes up tomorrow and is actually marrying me.
Surprise! I'm a leprechaun. What are these? Leprechaun ears.
Leprechaun?
They're little leprechaun ears. Don't touch them. I'll take away your wish.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's right.
Anyways, it, everybody. We got to go.
Shut up, everybody.
We spent most of this talking about Lindsay Lohan movies, and I don't regret a damn thing about that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Best step.
Deal with it. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed the show today. Subscribe if you want more of it. We appreciate it very much. Leave a comment with any of your opinions on any of the things we talked about today. It could be Lindsay Lohan movies. It could be kidney infection.
That's right. How did you get rid of your kidney infection?
Yeah.
Leave a comment down below about what you use to get rid of your kidney infections.
And is it your mind?
Yeah.
Is it ayahuasca? Anyways, everybody, that's it. If you enjoy the show as well, you can support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Pixel Circus. You'll get a new clip from It's Too Early this week since we were offline last week.
That's right.
And we look forward to it very much. There's a lot of fun stuff over there. You can check it out. You can get a free trial even if you want to check out all that good content for free for a week. How about that? Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
Where else can they check you out?
Oh, you can check me out, fam, at everywhere online at Carboni, except for here on Twitch where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Today we're going to be continuing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't going to probably play some of that Duranko Wonko. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How can you not?
How could you not? We're all going to be doing it.
What about you, Saige?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream on my channel Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Hey, Alex, does your mic work? I just heard a bunch of things
No,
fall.
all right.
No. Well, once again, sorry, today was full of...
You had your day.
Alder_Mancy on Twitter. There we go. Links in the chat. There you go. It's cool. We appreciate
Follow
you very
Alex
much.
everywhere. Alex is wonderful. Thank you to everybody who's been checking out the YouTube, everybody who's been sharing about the show and Pixel Circus as a whole on social media. We really appreciate everything you do, and we will see you on Friday.
Thanks for spending your morning with us.
Bye, BBs.